Life. We can either be bystanders or creators. Now is the time to awaken to your divine identity and the power of the I Am within, to create a joyous and fulfilled life no matter what your circumstances are. There are answers to life's big questions, and there is a spiritual path that you can walk in this modern world that leads to soul liberation and ascension. In this dawning age of Aquarius, we're called upon to manifest the light of the mighty I Am presence to the world.
Hello and welcome back to the Fellowship Chronicles. Today we dive into episode 4 of our studies on alchemy, Dare to Do. Imagine a child at the edge of a swimming pool, toes curled over the concrete, body trembling. She's watched others dive in, watched the splash, the laughter, the joy. She wants to try, but fear whispers, "What if you fail?" Saint Germain, in Studies in Alchemy, tells us that many seekers stand exactly here. They've heard of alchemy, they've read the words, they've dreamed of transformation, but when it comes time to leap, to do, hesitation creeps in. His message here is simple and strong. Dare to do, try, begin. Saint Germain shares a glimpse of his own journey before his ascension. He describes living in a state of listening grace, attuned to a higher realm of light. This attunement gave him peace even in the midst of trials. He reminds us that creation is not limited to what we can see, hear, or touch. Just as radio waves exist beyond ordinary perception until revealed by a receiver, spiritual laws are invisible until our consciousness is tuned. Paul once said, "For we walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is the antenna that catches heaven's broadcast." I love that statement. I love that visual. Faith is the antenna that catches heaven's broadcast. Saint Germain also recalls how, after his ascension, he sometimes appeared to men and women without them knowing who he was. They had, in the words of Hebrews 13:2, entertained angels unawares. He says this is not so strange. Heaven communicates with earth more easily than we think. The real barrier is not God's silence, but our unwillingness to believe. One of the greatest obstacles to alchemy, Saint Germain warns, is complacency. Many people settle into the old familiar theories, believing they are enough. But he says these half-truths are incomplete, unable to meet the demands of a changing world. It's the same warning Jesus gave when he said, "No man putteth new wine into old bottles." To hold the new, you must be willing to expand, to risk, to change. Interestingly, Saint Germain doesn't despise the failures of past alchemists. Even those who never produced gold were blessed beyond their dreams. Their striving drew them together in unity, and their search itself became a form of success. Isn't that true of us? Sometimes the very attempt at transformation brings us unexpected gifts, new friendships, deeper humility, surprising insights. The journey itself is alchemy. At the heart of this lesson is an invitation. If man expects to succeed in alchemy, he must nurture the faith on which the strength of his invocation and concentration will rest. In other words, faith fuels focus, and focus fuels creation. The Bible echoes this in James 2:17. Faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Belief must lead to action. So here is the challenge Saint Germain leaves us with. Don't just study alchemy, practice it. Dare to speak the word of faith. Dare to visualize a new reality. Dare to step out of the boat like Peter and test the law of energy for yourself. Yes, fear may whisper, "What if you fail?" But heaven replies, "What if you fly?"
Thank you for joining us today. And if you enjoyed this message, please subscribe and share. Until next time, be blessed and keep shining your light.